let you all know, we'll be joined by the Hiking with Patty G variety YouTube channel, who uploads a variety of content such as hiking videos, Minecraft videos, and even recently a movie review video. Also, he uploads all of his Instagram clips over to YouTube, and he's very interactive with the audience, so I think you should go check him out. Also be joined by a magician with the name Miles of Magic, who uploads many videos of him doing magic, card tricks, etc. He's very talented, so make sure you also go check him out as well. I don't know why my mic's being so terrible. I'm editing this at the moment and it's just been really annoying, but let's just get into it. Hello everyone and welcome to the Nighttime Podcast. I am joined by my co-host Huxel. Say hello.
Hello.
And two special guests, Miles of Magic and Patty G. Say hello.
Hello there.
Hello, and we'll be asking you lot some questions today regarding your YouTube channel or anything that your Instagrams that you've got as well. And so for the first bit, we'll be Huxel asking questions to Patty G, and we'll both be commenting on whatever the questions are. We'll be maybe asking you more questions about your answers. So yeah, Huxel, you can start whenever.
Oh yeah. So the first question is for you, Pi, is what do you think of the Minecraft series you have made?
Overall, besides the technical difficulties I've run into it, I've been really pleased with it. It could be better, but I like how I've gone so far.
I remember it's one of your Minecraft videos is your most popular video, isn't it? I think it's on about 28,000 views. Because the way we found your channel, it was Huxel that found it first. It was
Really?
on an advert, yeah. I think it was an advert, was it? Yeah. And that's how we found it. And yeah, it did really good. And we did watch the video, and it was pretty cool. Obviously, there's ways everybody can improve, and yeah, like you said it as well, because you said you have technical difficulties. You know, there's other ways to improve. So, Huxel, have you got your next one?
Yeah. So the second question is, why do you do cooking on your channel, and what would you rate your food out of 10 after finishing?
So the whole reason I got into cooking is when I hit my 100 subscribers, I had made a decision that I wanted to do a cooking video because that seemed like a very special kind of theme for a video.
Yeah.
I kind of just did that. I also have my sister's is actually a chef. I have part of the family is kind of inspired me to do that as well.
I just learned something new about Patty G. I just learned something new about Patty G today. I did not know that your sister was a chef.
You say including your hobby, you know, into another hobby, that can always be good. It's something that you can distract yourself with or something like that. Yeah, it's always doing something you enjoy on your channel is always key to success as well, because if your audience know that you're enjoying it, then they'll enjoy it with you. You know, that's normally how it works.
Yeah. And to answer the second part of that question, Huxley, real quickly, level chef, I'd say my by at least 4 or 5 would be a guess.
Yeah. Well, for me, my brother does cooking as well, and sadly, he's never actually cooked for me at all, or my family. So I'm pretty upset with that. Yeah.
Just keeping it to himself.
I think he should start cooking.
Yeah, you should start cooking in the house. Help my mum or something. You know, give her some tips.
Yeah.
Okay, so my third question is for you, Pi, is if you had 1 million subscribers right now, what would you do?
I think the first thing I'd do is I'd probably scream in joy and surprise because I'm still amazed I even made it this far with my channel.
I'd be the same, to be honest. I'd definitely jump for joy.
I'll be honest, I haven't really thought about it when I get to that million subscribers. I think it'll be a very happy day for me to get to that point.
It's always
So, what do you think of your channel now, like the state of it? Do you think it's in a good state or bad or what?
Kind of in between. It has its good moments and its bad moments.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's same with me.
Like that, though, yeah. Every channel, they always think that there's other ways to improve. You know, there's many ways I can improve myself. I mean, even I need better equipment. You know, Huxel, there's other ways you can probably improve, probably upload more. And yeah, there's ways everyone can improve.
That's pretty good.
So next question.
So in your channel name it says the hiking, like the very first part basically, and I'm guessing you do hiking. And my question is, what made you do hiking, and if you like it, why is that?
So it started out as hiking because I have a passion for the outdoors, and I'm actually currently in college to get to work for the National Park Service here in the United States, and I want to do like education side where I talk about the outdoors. And grew up in an area in Colorado where there's a lot of hiking trails and rural, so I'm kind of biased for that because I just like being outdoors and hiking, and I just wanted to show the rest of the world passion and just some of the trails that may or may not be as well known. And as a bonus thing to add to this, one of my outdoor professors actually saw my channel, and he was actually thought the idea was actually something that could go further in for like outdoor leadership and outdoor education.
Oof, that is pretty cool. Yeah, like,
My dad's into hiking. He loves it. He loves
Nice.
going on to walk.
I used
Even my
to...
mum.
Go on, Huxel.
No, yeah, like I was saying, like my mum and dad, they always go walks every time or hiking. There's one time where my dad begged me to like climb a mountain. I was thinking to myself, I'm not doing that because at the time I was like 5 or something, 6.
Nice.
Yeah, so I don't think I was up for the task as a 6-year-old to climb a mountain because I'd probably end up falling and have an injury, sadly.
Do you have I'm sorry. Did you have hiking equipment at all, or special outfit that you use?
Well, I don't know. I'm guessing my brother and my dad did at the time because they went. I didn't go. I refused
Oh,
to
I
go.
see. Okay.
I remember I went hiking in a country called Wales. It was in the United Kingdom, and I used to like hiking. I used to like going to Wales. It's mountainous areas, and I went to the mountain. I was really excited to climb this mountain. I was like, yes, I'm very confident that I can, because it was a pretty dangerous mountain. You know, it was like quite steep. There was a lot of rocks that you could trip on, and I was about 11 then, and I just tripped and cried, and it was a lovely moment, just crying there, even though I was very confident that I could climb this mountain. So yeah, I've not implemented hiking into my channel. I used to have it as a passion, but it goes back to my previous point. You saying that your passion, you're including your passion in your YouTube channel. That's one good thing to improve. I think it's one good thing that can make you grow, in my opinion. Yeah.
That's nice. So my 5th question, we're in the middle now, is since your name's really long, I thought, what made you come up with your channel name?
Really to try and like summarize what the channel does, and the problem is my colleagues and I in the Park Service, we tend to ramble on. I think that's part of the reason my channel name is so long. That's why I have the acronym in a lot of places, is just because of how long it is. That's why it's just because
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was finished.
Okay.
That's good. Okay. So in the part variety, what does the variety mean? Like, what does it expand to exactly on your channel?
So right now it just covers things like not only the hiking, but the cooking, the Let's Plays, shorts and side projects, especially helping out with Miles for some of his magic tricks, and a couple of my bug videos. So it's not a huge variety, but that's something that I would like to get into more, is do a little more other projects to kind of fill in that gap.
So
Yeah,
is that
that's
like,
actually pretty cool.
is that like something you want to like include in the future? The variety name of it.
Yeah, so it kind of my channel kind of did all this weird different topics from the hiking to like vlogs and stuff, and then it's just finally like, I'm doing all these other different projects. Why not I just put that in the title of the channel so people have an idea of what they're getting into?
Yeah, that is true. Then your audience would, know what your channel's about, and you're doing something unique. I mean, like that's how you grow. That's how you stand out on YouTube, doing something unique. That's what everyone.
Also,
Yeah, go
sorry.
on. Yeah, go on.
It also helps. It also helps with me with promoting your channel because now I know what to call you. It's helps with the hashtag, because when I share like information about our videos together on Instagram, was you or when I'm putting tags on the video for YouTube, I can always put the hashtag hiking with BG. So that's pretty helpful. So thank you for having that name.
Welcome. The thing I would say, oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, yeah, go on.
The one thing I would say is that because I am doing all this other stuff, sometimes I overwork myself, and I think I'll sometimes devolve into quantity over quality, which is not necessarily good for the channel.
Yeah, I understand. Like, I've done that before. I remember delving into daily videos, and the videos were getting less and less views, and they were just getting more terrible. So what I've just tried to do now is do videos like every 3 days, and just try and work on the quality. Like me and Huxel are doing this series now, some kind of roleplay. And I work on that a lot, and it's a weekly series. It's a series that I do once every week, and it's turning out okay so far. The first one's got 3,800 views. You know, it's getting consistency, and yeah, it's always good getting consistent views, because that's how, you know, you can bring an audience in that way, and it always leads to success. I mean, if you're just doing quantity over quality, then eventually your audience might leave. You know. There's always that danger. And Huxel, you do videos every month, and I know I always say like you need to upload more, but you could say that you're working over quality over quantity.
I mean, realistically, I would do it, but I'm just lazy. I'm just too lazy to do anything. I'd rather focus on things. Yeah, I'd rather focus on things that I enjoy doing. I mean, I'm not saying I don't enjoy it. I mean, sometimes I do. It's just the effort of editing it. Because sometimes I'm a slow person at editing compared to Harry here. He's like, you know, fast. So yeah.
Editing takes time.
Yeah, editing does take time. I mean, I was editing today for about 3 or 4 hours on and it was only a 10-minute video. You know, it can get pretty frustrating at times, and sometimes you lose motivation to edit, and then you just start not uploading, and then you lose your audience that way. So it's consistency, and you need to like drive yourself. You need motivation, and sometimes it can be hard to get that motivation in, and then put it in the quality of your content, and just keeping that consistency. Well, it always leads to, it doesn't always lead to success, but it's more than likely to lead to success.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So my next question is another 1 million subs. If you had 1 million subs, do you think your content would change overall to be more family friendly, or completely something else to what it is now?
I would probably do that, and I try and keep it as family friendly as possible, though I admit I don't really succeed in that endeavor. Yeah, I'd probably do that with a bigger audience.
Yeah, you'd always try and sense yourself with a bigger audience, because you're then given a name for yourself. You know, Patty G, that would be your brand as people would know it. You know, you might get you, because if you say the wrong things, if me or you or any of us said the wrong things, then people wouldn't know about it. But if you had 1 million subs, and it's a lot different, and you've got more to lose, then, haven't you? Because you'll be earning a stable income with, because I don't earn a stable income. I'll be honest. No, it's not something to live by.
Yeah.
And it's because you've got a bigger brand, and you've got more to lose with 1 million subscribers, and yeah, you'd have to. I understand YouTubers going family friendly when they're bigger, because they got more to lose.
That's nice. So my 8th question is, what is your dream for the future of your channel?
So I think what my dream is, what I want to eventually do, is have like a platform for people who have like these smaller channels and don't necessarily have a lot of resources to put into them, have like a way they can like advertise their channel and try and more subscribers and get their voice out. Part of the reason I've been really appreciative of Discord is I've been connecting with a lot of people like you and Harry as YouTubers who have all this networking has been really good for the channel. So that's kind of what my long-term goal for the channel will it's a lofty goal, but that's what I want.
Yeah, that's great.
I mean, yeah.
It's always good connecting with your viewers, connecting with your audience, because then you get loyalty. You know, they become loyal to you because they know that they can interact. It's always good having viewer interaction, which is why I do live streams pretty often, because I like to interact with my viewers, and because I interact with them, I always get the same viewers on my live stream, and you know, because and then you get more viewers that are coming in, because the people who are currently watching you will share it with another friend, and then that friend will come in and then watch yours, and you can interact with them, and then that's one way of getting bigger, in my opinion. So yeah, creating this Discord group I think is a really good thing for your channel, because viewer interaction, and you may get bigger from it. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, when you watch viewers' channels, like other like subscribers, you can probably like learn something from them, like on how you can improve your content wise or anything like that.
Yeah, you get some
It's just a good
feedback.
guide.
Yeah, you get some feedback, because I've had some feedback. I mean, I've had a viewer tell me that my series wasn't good enough at some point, and it was annoying to hear that at first, because of how hard I was working on it, and then I looked at how to improve it, and I did, and then now they like it again. I'm always seeking feedback for my content. I'm always seeking what people don't like and what people do like, and then I always continue what people do like.
Same here, and that's why I was really glad, even if it did suck, when I think it was on my 18th episode of my Minecraft series, where people were saying like the frame rate was really slow and the audio wasn't syncing, but a bunch of them were putting in the comments like, here's how you can improve it on a budget and stuff like that. So it was really nice.
Yeah, that's probably one of my criticisms of yours. It's just probably better equipment, because obviously I saw that episode and the frame rate was pretty low, but it didn't really ruin my experience. I was still enjoying the content that I was watching, and I'm sure many viewers would share that experience as well.
That's good. So my ninth question is, if you could change one thing about your channel right now, what would it be?
Probably right now I would just I'm going to take a shot in the dark, because I'm not entirely sure if I would change anything, but I'd probably, just because I've been having such technical difficulties and stuff, put the Minecraft series in like the back burner and do more of like the cooking videos, because I'm just stuck in quarantine. I can't really do any hiking. But I would want to go back to that series once I have better equipment.
Yeah, we're gonna. Was that your last question, Huxel? Because
no, there's one more.
Got one more. Yeah.
So if you was gonna change your channel name in the future, what would it be if you was gonna change it at all?
I don't think I really want to change it. I like the name as it is. Like, I might try and find a way to shorten it. Would change it to.
Probably to something like more simple.
Let me know if I can change my hashtag.
So we're gonna veer off topic, and this is gonna go to both of you. But how has quarantine been for both of you? I know you've been limited on your content, Patty G. You can't do your hiking videos now, and that may have it could harm your content. But how has overall quarantine been for the pair of you, the both of you?
Want to go first?
You go first, Miles.
Well, it's certainly quarantine for me has certainly been interesting, because magic is very interactive. Because I do magic on my channel, and I mostly do magic tricks on my channel. So it's mostly interactive, and I like going out to places and meeting with people, performing magic with them to get their reactions. And now I can't really do that. I have to either perform a magic trick solo, or call someone like the wonderful Patty G to help out the video on a video chat. So that's certainly been a hindrance. The quarantine has been been affecting the interaction with what I want to perform and with.
Yeah, I get how that can be annoying. You're limited on your interaction, and probably getting people's reaction on your videos would probably improve your content. I mean, it's always good to see other people's reactions at your magic tricks. I get how I see how that would be entertaining, more than just not getting a reaction from you doing your magic trick just in front of a camera. Yeah, I understand how that goes.
So now I have to add really cheesy effects in order to make the magic pop, or really lame caption jokes. So.
And I agree with my. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go on. It's fine.
I agree with Miles, although for me, I've actually had the opposite, because before quarantine hit, I was down 5 days a week for class, and volunteering half a day on Saturdays. So when quarantine hit, I actually had a little more free time to work on like the Minecraft series and stuff. So I had more work done on the channel with this quarantine.
Yeah. To be fair, quarantine has improved my channel in one way. I'm not saying that the virus should have happened for me. No, I'm not glad that the virus has happened, but I don't really go outside with my channel. I don't upload outside videos or interactive videos of other people. I mostly just live stream games. So I have now more free time to do that. So that's probably why it's improved for me. And I understand how it's, because you both have interactive channels, I sort of understand how it's, not improved your content being in quarantine.
I mean, it's certainly been a challenge for me at least, to think outside the box on new ways to perform for people in the online format, because I have to use Facebook and just and phones more. So it's like I said, cheesy effects, and so I have to think outside the box on how to make the trick that I wanted to do outside with person, inside with the resources that I have.
To be fair, one thing that I've been doing during quarantine is procrastinating a lot. Because there's nothing to do.
Same here.
A lot of procrastination. So
the wonderful thing about procrastination is you always have something to do tomorrow.
The thing is, when I procrastinate, I always just think, what ideas do I have for my YouTube channel? And most of the time, I actually come up with ideas of what I can do, and then I create that, and then one of my ideas got me 19,000 views in a week, so I was pretty happy about it.
Nice.
See, that's probably one advantage of being in quarantine. You can procrastinate a lot, and randomly an idea pops in your head, and you're like, oh, that's great, I'm gonna put that into action right now. So is that it for quarantine?
Wait, I've got two questions. So actually no, one question. The first question, well, the only question is, what did you think about the George Floyd incident that happened? Can't remember what place it was. But
It's in Minneapolis.
That one, I'll be honest, normally I don't delve into situations like that just because it can be kind of rough and to talk about. If you want my whole opinion, I didn't think that situation really was handled the right way.
Yeah, I agree. There's many ways that situation could have been handled. I mean, it is racism. There's nothing to go about it. But we're going to veer off to, the protests that are currently going on in the United States. It's absolute madness from what I've heard. In Colorado, you're from Colorado, both of you, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Has there been bad protests there? Have you seen a protest yourself? Has it been bad in your area?
I haven't seen anything personally, but I've heard of things, but I haven't been near them, so I can't attest to that. I know that they're happening.
Yeah, obviously it's been alright. It's in Minneapolis, California. What's your opinion on the looters and the rioters? And then I'll give my opinion after yours.
They shouldn't be using this as an excuse just to loot and stuff. Can I kind of veer off to something related to looting and stuff, but for sure. Environmental? Because I remember in my environmental ethics class I took last year, the environmental movement, where it started as a peaceful thing, became overly violent. Actually, there's a split between inside that thing because there's a lot of people pissed at the violent protesters because it was basically stepping on their message and them in a negative light to everyone else. So
yeah, my opinion is that you are right. Some of them are probably using this as an excuse to just go and loot. There's other ways of conveying a message, and I feel like that's one way of not conveying a message. I get what I do support is peaceful protest because there's no other way that America will learn, in my opinion, of how to change and to end racism, because this is happening all the time in America. Police officers are killing black people, and it's not right. It's racism. There's no way around it. You can't beat around the box. It is racism. So whilst we discuss that, there'll be questions for Miles of Magic. So
I'm ready.
okay, so my first question is, what made you become a magician?
Well, a couple of things. One was, I guess the main story is Hercule Poirot. Are you guys familiar with Hercule Poirot?
Is that
No.
Agatha Christie's Poirot? I know my dad watches it, but I've watched it a few times.
Yeah,
But
exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's exactly right. So when I was younger, my father got my mother a gift, but some DVDs of Agatha Christie's Poirot
yeah,
series, and in one of the episodes, the disappearance of Mr. Davenheim, Poirot, the detective, takes an interest in magic tricks, and I saw that, and I fell in love with magic,
oh,
kind of, and
mm,
and I immediately ran to my room and picked up the magic set that my sister for me one occasion as a present that I never used, but then I started using it. And since that time, I kind of shuffled around between wanted professions like the kids do. Like, I want to be a writer, I want to be an actor, I want to be a magician, I want to be a ventriloquist, or a stand-up comedian, and I just kind of shuffled around between those wanted professions. I realized, oh, magic can kind of combine all those things, all those talents together. So I just kind of stuck with magician, but kept those um, other things like comedy and writing. Not necessarily ventriloquism yet. Maybe one of these days. Don't quote me on this, but maybe one of these days I will get back into ventriloquist stuff.
hopefully, yeah. That's it. You know, everyone. I was interested in acting at one point, and then because of the way it was taught in my school, just everything about it just made me lose interest. And I wish I'd pursued my dream. Really, I wish, because I did like acting back in the day. It was when I was like, I'd say 12 or 13. I did like acting, and
I took several. Go ahead.
oh yeah, I've always it's always great to pursue your dreams. I mean, your dreams is magic, and it's always great to pursue it.
And I took a few acting classes when I was younger as well, and I liked doing that. And I took like a mini clown class when I was younger as well, from the same people that gave the acting class, and had some fond memories. Not all of them are fond, but that goes with any memory, I guess, from childhood. Uh, yeah, I definitely liked doing that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, pursuing your dream, like I said. So, the second question is, which I sort of think you answered this in the first one. When did you find out you enjoyed magic? So, obviously you started magic, but when did you find out this is what I want to do? This is what I enjoy the most.
Oh, that's a great question. I don't think I've ever been asked that. I don't know. I mean, it just kind of happened, because I was younger. I daydreamed all the time. I always pictured myself as doing like a variety act, like doing ventriloquism and magic uh, and stand-up comedy and mixing them together in poetry and mixing them all together. And I think that's what I'm trying to accomplish with the channel. I might be skipping ahead and answering another one of your future questions on this, but that's what I want to do with my channel. Kind of make a variety of magic, comedy, and poetry, because I like all of those things.
That's great, because if you can get an interactive audience, a bit like what I was saying to Patty G earlier, you can get people who can interact with your interests, you can get people who have similar interests as you, and then probably enjoy your content that you're uploading. So it's always great to upload what you enjoy, not veer off to something that you don't enjoy, because then you'll become demotivated. Always do something that you enjoy, like in your case, magic, poetry, and if you continue that, then you'd eventually get an interactive audience. So,
Absolutely.
my next question, number 3, is: do you have aspirations of becoming bigger as a magician, or just staying as a YouTuber, or maybe pursuing your dream as a YouTuber that does magic?
I do have bigger. I do have bigger aspirations of being a magician, and but I do want to keep the YouTube going. If that answers your question, I'm not
Yeah, I
sure.
understand. You know, because there's many people who are, who are footballers who have YouTube channels as well, who love doing YouTube, but they're also pursuing their dreams of football.
Other
In your
athletes
case,
as
it's
well. Yeah, like
magician.
I follow, sort of half follow Lindsey Vaughn. I don't know why I'm saying this, admitting to this, but I sort of half follow Lindsey Vaughn on YouTube,
Yeah,
partially because
it's always great seeing their life, isn't it?
uh, I don't, and I'll be honest, I don't really watch her that much. But the only reason that I subscribed to her channel was because she did a Reese's commercial a few years back, and I love Reese's. So anyone who supports Reese's is good in my book.
Yeah, I see what you mean. So my next question is: what kind of? I think you've already answered this one as well. What kind of audience do you aim your content towards? Like, sort of the older generation, the younger generation, or to all ages, everyone?
I think magic is kind of for all ages.
Yeah.
So kind of magic is the universal language. It's one of the universal languages, I believe, because even when you don't speak, you know when something magical has happened. Like, I'm going to veer off for a second here and tell a story as an example, if that's okay. Um, I was performing. I lost my words. I was
Don't worry about
performing
it.
for some children, and and uh, I discovered that they were from Korea, and they didn't really speak English. They understood English, but they didn't speak it much. So I so decided halfway through to start working silently. Just tell them silently what to do, and without words, they still had reactions. They still knew what happened.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Uh, that was when I realized, oh, this is, put in a better word, magical.
That. Oh, that's
Yeah.
I appreciate. Oh, that's pretty cool actually.
Yeah.
So the next question is, what was your first ever magic show you did? And if so, what was like the experience like, or what was it like
First,
interacting with other people?
first ever magic show. Okay, hang on. And been torturing my friends and family members with magic for since I can remember. So that I don't know if that counts as my um, the magic show, but
Well,
but
if you like interacted with other people, like strangers, with your magic, have you ever shown strangers your magic? And if so, what was the experience like?
yes, this was at my. This was like a. This became like my first paid gig accidentally, which is kind of funny. Because I didn't know that it was my first paid gig until it happened. Basically, there was at my brother's wedding, and I was at my brother's wedding, and one of my sister's friends and I were talking, and I had told him that I had been working on a new trick, and it's become one of my favorite, and it's become one of my favorite tricks. And it's called the Cups and Balls. It's a very famous trick. And he said, and I said I could do it here, but unfortunately, I only had clear cups, and that trick can't really be done with clear cups at the wedding reception. So I can't really do it. So
was it like nerve-wracking performing at this wedding? Because it's obviously going to be full of people, isn't it? You know, your brother's friends, your own family. Was it nerve-wracking?
We're getting ahead of ourselves here. I told them that there's no cups here. There's no proper cups. So I thought that was the end of it. And then the sister's friend went off and came back with styrofoam cups, with 3 styrofoam cups that could work. I'm like, oh, okay, we're doing this. So I grabbed the 3 cups from him, grabbed 3 cheese squares, the little cheese squares that they had at the snack table. Did like a kind of a cheap version of Cups and Balls, and unbeknownst to me, this is where it becomes the paid gig. Unbeknownst to me, my sister got a glass, got a piece of paper, and wrote tips on it, and put it out, and after I had finished performing, people started putting in money.
So at least you got paid for it, you know, even if
at least I got paid. Yeah, accidentally, yes.
I mean, it must have been good then, you know, getting paid. I would have done that.
But I'm just going, because I noticed that people were putting money, as I was performing, I noticed people were putting money into the glass. I'm going, oh, that's probably for a charity thing or something. I don't know. It's probably not for me. And then I started walking away. I started walking away from the glass. And my mom's going, "That's for you." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
I mean,
that was kind of a bizarre experience. Like money just appeared in this glass. All right, for me.
I bet it was bizarre. So I'm guessing your magic must have been good on that wedding day if you got paid for it. You know, it must have been.
I must have been. I didn't think it was that good because I thought it was. Didn't have the myself at the time. I didn't think I had the best props. I was working with like impromptu props. So sometimes impromptu is good. I mean, it's good to work impromptu, but in this case, in my humble opinion, back in the day, wasn't the best version of the Cups and Balls that I was doing. Apparently, it was good enough to. Yes.
Would you be able to show us this Kokom Balls trick on this podcast? Not yet. Later on, as soon as I've asked the questions.
I would have to vacate the room for a few minutes to get the props. I'm not prepared to do that at this time. I am prepared to do a card trick later.
Yeah. It's whatever's best, you know. If it's easier to just do the cards trick, then yeah, that's fine.
I'll just do the card. We'll save the Cups and Balls for another time.
Yeah. So
I'll do that.
My next question is, what content will you provide to your audience, your viewers on Instagram or YouTube in the future?
Probably just mainly the same because I kind of like where I am now. It's more of the same stuff. Hopefully, getting more famous. Air quotes around famous people to help out. I like performing because I really would like to have celebrities on my channel. trying to get more into that.
Yeah.
The problem is I don't know that many celebrities, so I try to get celebrities to agree to it. So.
Well, if you continue what you're doing, and what's something that would intrigue people is doing something unique, like a unique card trick that nobody's seen before, or some kind of other unique trick that nobody's seen before. And then if they see that, they're going to show their friend, and then it'll grow and grow, and then maybe one of your videos will get 100 million views, and then you'll be able to do a magic trick with a celebrity.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So this links to the last question, and this is aimed at the both of you. But what kind of content will you be both doing when you collab in the future?
Do you want to take this one?
I mean, I
take
can
this
start
one?
if you want.
Sure, I
Know that one project that kind of got delayed because of quarantine is Miles and I are going to cook a dish for each other. We're going to do a blindfold taste test to see what ingredients were in the other person's plate.
Oh, that's a good idea. I feel like, yeah, that's something that not many YouTubers do, and it's pretty unique. And if you get a good reaction out of both of you, then it'll be pretty entertaining, won't it? And
Yeah.
So on your Instagram, you seem to be uploading many magic tricks. This is obviously for Mars of Magic. On there, will you be uploading them to YouTube in a compilation, or just individual videos?
To be honest, I don't really post videos that much on Instagram anymore. I mainly just post like magic jokes and like picture jokes and ads for tell people to come to my YouTube more. It's more of an ad platform for my YouTube. But occasionally, if I feel up to it, I will post like a little mini video on Instagram, a video joke or something if I feel up to it. I haven't felt up to it in a while though.
What I suggest is just a bit, consistency on your YouTube channel. If you upload maybe even one magic trick every week, and I feel like you could probably bring in an audience there. I feel like, because Patty G offers like a variety of content I've watched. His Minecraft, he does gaming videos, hiking videos. And it's not like there's many difference in entertainment. I mean, both channels' videos are entertaining. But if you just stick to magic, that's something that people find, interesting. And if you just continue that, then I feel like more people would engage with your content.
And I definitely have more magic coming up, and more poetry as well.
That's good.
Yes, hopefully, have a poetry video that's in the works that's been on the back burner for a few weeks because life keeps happening, and then I get sidetracked. Oh, I want to do this video idea now, so I have a lot of stuff on the back burner. Or just me.
I know, yeah. It can get annoying sometimes because, when you really want to do something but you can't do it at the moment, maybe quarantine's an issue, it does get annoying.
A holiday, because sorry for interrupting you, but I tried to upload on holidays, certain holidays like Christmas and Halloween, even though that's not technically a holiday where you get the day off, but holidays that we celebrate.
So this one was asked to Patty G as well by Huxel. If you had 1 million subs, do you think your content would change?
Probably not. I would probably dance for joy and yell and scream and sing and throw confetti and then feel bad because I have to clean up the confetti. But I don't think there would be any change. I would just keep doing what I'm doing. Appears to be working. So, and I like what I'm doing. I like where I am.
It's always best to like what you're doing because you're motivated to do it more then, and that in a way you can get viewers in that way because people will see you enjoying that, and then
Yeah.
they will be enjoying your content. Yeah. And the next question, the last one actually, is there any way you think you could improve your content? For example, better quality equipment or more insane magic tricks. You know what that will catch people off guard, if you get what I mean.
I mean, the equipment could always be better, but I think what I have now, I mean, equipment is fine. It's not the best of the best of the best, but it's fine of the fine. It's the decent of the decent right now for what I'm doing. As far as magic tricks go, all depends on my own creativity and imagination to see. I don't know if they're insane, but they're cool. They're amazing to me, and they're good ideas that I like. And hopefully, my rule is you enjoy it, they enjoy it. So like you've been saying.
Yeah, I know what you mean. See, if you visibly are enjoying the magic tricks that you're providing, then your audience that like your channel already will definitely engage with it and enjoy it. So that is all of my questions. Huxel or anyone else, do you have any more questions that anyone would like to ask?
Yeah. So when did you actually like start doing magic? Like what age?
Since 6 o'clock this morning. No. Um,
It's beginner.
I think I was around 5. I could be very wrong, but I think my guess is 5. I don't know because I've been doing magic for as long as I can remember now. I don't really know.
You must be pretty good at magic if you started at 5.
Must be because must be. I hope I am. I always ask when I do a show. I always ask at the end, "How was the show?" I didn't get to see it because I don't get to watch my own show. So,
Yeah, it's always great to get feedback. So if people are not enjoying what you're doing, then obviously you need to do something else. And if people are enjoying what you're doing, then you continue doing that.
and I've always said that I have both the best seat and the worst seat when it comes to watching magic because I can see all the tricks, but on the other hand, I can see how all the tricks are done. So it's a coin flip.
It's always great being talented in magic because you can give yourself an image. People will see you as, oh god, he's the magician. People would see you as a positive guy for being a magician.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
There are people that think of you as negatively for being the magician. Like, why are you doing the magic? It's evil, but it's entertainment. But it's evil. It's entertainment.
I see magic as entertainment. I can't do
Well,
any magic tricks.
Well, thank you for seeing it for what it is meant to be.
Yeah, some people don't see it as entertainment, and I don't get why, to be honest.
I mean, it can be both, really, can't it? It just depends how you do it.
And it depends on how you. Yeah, it depends on all about perception. Yeah, it's all how it's framed. So as long as you frame it as entertainment and as a gift that you're giving to the audience, I'm kind of paraphrasing a famous magician here, also a friend of mine. I won't name him on here, but
Can I add something to that as well?
sure, go ahead.
I remember, because I do more education stuff, but one of the things they always teach you is you want to keep your audience engaged. So when you're like educating something, whether you're talking about like say a pine tree or a fossilized petrified redwood stump, you're always wanting to keep your audience engaged rather than just droning on with all the facts.
True. Yes. Oh, I was droning on with all the facts. I'm sorry, but
It's okay. That happens.
Okay.
If you hadn't noticed, I'm a nerd about magic, so that's.
I can see. Listen, it doesn't matter about you having a passion. If you have a passion, then you pursue everything possible that you can get from it. Maybe you can get a career out of it. You clearly enjoy magic, So you just keep doing what you're doing, and there'll be people who like magic who'll see your channel, and then you can maybe grow bigger from it.
Absolutely.
So any more questions? I mean,
nobody right now. No.
Patty G, Miles Magic, don't be afraid to ask us some questions if you want.
I know we've been kind of talking back and forth, but do you have any final words of wisdom as we continue on with our channels? How would you think we should direct our focus?
Like I said throughout the podcast itself, I feel like you should just keep doing what you enjoy. Obviously, I feel like one criticism is just improving your equipment. You said that you have a laptop which is pretty old. If you just got a computer, maybe I should take my own advice here, but maybe a better headset. And if your content is better quality, then people will just see it as a professional work, and just they will subscribe in that sense, or maybe they will subscribe because it's engaging as well.
Thank you.
Huxel, do you?
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Huxel, do you have any words of wisdom as well?
Really, it's kind of like what Harry said. But if you need any help or anything, I'm here. To edit whatever. Like if you need help, if you want to change editing software, I think a good one to go is a thing called Sony Vegas. That's really good to use.
Okay.
Yeah, Sony Vegas is brilliant to use. Me and Huxel, we've both been editing on it for 2 years. I started off as an amateur, but I used it more, and I'm still learning today. I mean, Huxel about 2 months ago taught me how to do green screen on it. I didn't even know how to do that after 2 years of using it, but yeah, you always learn something new in it, and it's a great editing software to improve your content on.
Actually, I had a classmate of mine talking about it because I was talking about my channel with them, and they're saying that they could never do YouTube because you need to work almost all the time, and they say you always start with your phone or something, really small camera.
Yeah, everyone's.
I'm still on the smartphone and really small camera, so like I said, I'm happy where I am right now because that's what's been working. So
if it works, then you might as well continue doing it.
Yeah. Exactly.
So we move on to the next segment, which is the magic tricks.
it's my cue, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay. Right. So
I'll switch over the screen. Wrong one.
So should I on my video?
Yeah, you can do it whenever you're ready. There's no pressure, you don't need to rush. Yes.
Right, hold on. Hello.
Oh, hello, I see you. Right, there we
Hello.
go.
You can all see, hopefully.
Yeah, well, I can see.
Okay. Is anyone else going to be on the video with me or not?
Well, I don't have a face cam for my PC. It's a desktop.
Okay.
I can turn the mic on if you want.
Okay. Alright, hang on a sec. Right.
I'll make my face cam smaller in the video as well, just so we can...
There we go.
No, I feel bad. I don't even have one. Oh.
It's alright. That's alright. So, now I'm friends with Huxel on Facebook. And I'm friends with Eddie G on Facebook. So,
I forgot I meant to do that.
Patty G, do you mind if I'm not friends with your pal Harry? I don't think.
I'm not either. I just realized I need to send a friend request to Huxel.
It's fine. So, Patty G, do you mind, since you're on your phone already, do you mind receiving a text?
Sure.
This will be my prediction.
You'll be able to see it on the camera, so...
Okay. Well, do you have a deck of cards, then?
Yeah, give me a minute.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm going to...
I'm very intrigued, actually.
It's a lull in the action. A lull in the action here.
My nan used to have a deck of cards. We used to play like games or whatever. I'm not too sure what they were called because it was like this was like 7,
Okay.
8 years ago.
Since we're here, and since we're waiting, I can give you a little refresher course. This is an ace,
Piece of
and that's ace of hearts, yes. And just do it with the four aces. This symbol here is called a spade. Looks like an arrow or a bullet.
yeah.
And
Sorry about that.
all right, I'm giving everyone a refresher course on cards in case they don't know what it is, and I'm just demonstrating.
We don't need jacks for this, right?
No, we don't. And that's the ace of clubs. It looks like a clover, but it's a club. And the final one is
Diamond.
ace of diamonds, yes. Oh, and there's also court cards. There's the king, and there's a queen. I don't know if you can see that. I'm not showing it to you properly. Queen, and there is a jack. All right, so I'm going to, but you can see that this is a normal deck of cards, right?
Yeah.
And all the cards are different. I want to make sure that you know that because a lot of people do accuse me of cheating. I don't know why, but so Patty G, before we start, I'm going to send you a text. That's all right.
Okay.
And don't read it out loud. Just follow the directions on the text, please.
My microphone, because I'm on headphones right now, so I want to make sure you guys hear that it comes through. I've had so many technical issues recently. Sorry.
Are you on the video right now? I can't see you.
I see both of you.
I can't. Well, I can't. I can't see.
Oh, I can see everybody. I think you just double click or something, and then everyone should appear.
Better.
There
you
you
see
go.
me?
There. Yeah, I can see you now. Okay. Okay. So I just sent you a text. Don't read it out loud. Just let me know when you have it. And follow the directions. Got the text? Okay. Do not read it out loud.
Done.
Okay. That is. Okay, so you are my prediction, Patty G. Okay, so.
Okay.
So. Your pal Harry, I'm going to go through the cards. You see my table, by the way? Okay. I'm going to go through. I'm going to deal through some cards after I mix them up a little bit more here. I'm going to deal through some cards, and you are going to tell me when you want me to stop.
Stop.
Here we go. I'm dealing.
Stop.
Right there.
Yeah.
You want me to stop there or go a few more?
I say go a few more.
Alright.
Stop.
There. Are you satisfied, or we can keep going?
Yeah, I'm satisfied.
We're satisfied. Okay, we're going to leave the deck right there, right where you cut. Okay. Now, this is going to be a weird thing where it's kind of through the screen. So, Patty G, you have in the text, I asked you to remove a card. You remove the card.
Card is removed.
Okay. Just hold it face down to the camera so we are prepared. Do not show it yet. Okay. But we will look at the card that you cut to now. Remove it. Here. Funny moves. Right? And do you want the prediction to be revealed first, or your selection to be revealed first?
Me. I'd say the prediction.
Prediction. Okay. Please turn the card around so everyone can see it.
Okay. Oh, that's the card.
Right, and that looks like, what is that? That's the Four of Hearts. And this card that you selected in the beginning just happens to be the Four of Hearts. Well, dang it. Okay. Did
Queen
not
of
work. Okay, it's fine. Obviously, you were. Obviously, you did not get. Obviously, you were thinking of the wrong card. Okay, so. But. What is amazing is you selected the Queen of Hearts. The Queen of Hearts is actually a very special card. Ask me why.
There's the queen on it.
Thank you for asking. You can put the prediction down now. We're done with that one.
Okay.
um, uh, I'm glad you asked, because if you have the Queen of Hearts on the bottom, and if you take her from the bottom and place her somewhere in the deck and snap your fingers with that, actually jump back to the bottom. So that again, we take the Queen from the bottom, place her somewhere in the deck, snap the fingers, that actually jumps back to the bottom. And one more time. Sometimes you can take Queen, give it the correct amount of spin, and actually card. Sometimes you can take the 5, since 5's a royal, you can give it the correct amount of friction and that'll actually change back into Queen.
Excuse me. What?
This time what we'll do is we'll shuffle up the cards to make sure that your card is good and mixed. And we'll give the cards a final move, and we can see that now your card is on the top. Do that again. We shuffle. Do this final move, and now we can see that now your card is no longer on the top. It's the what is that? The King of Diamonds. Or is it on the bottom? That's the Ace of Diamonds. In fact, if you go through the entire deck, I will go through the entire deck. And let me know if you see the Queen of Hearts.
No. Probably getting closer.
The Queen of Hearts is completely gone because remember, we placed the Queen of Hearts over here.
Ah.
This is why I say Miles is one of the best magicians on the internet.
All right, we'll try something different.
Mind blowing.
Just tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Oh, hang on, I'm out of cards now. We'll try that again. So I am summoning again.
Stop.
Right there. Right near the top there. Okay, I'm not going to look. Look at that card. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. Don't name it out loud. Okay, I'm going to put it back. There it is. Okay. All right, so you have the card in mind, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go through. Think of the card. If you're thinking of something else, please just think of the card. Cool. And I believe it's this card. For the first time in forever. For the first time, what was your card?
Go on, Harry.
What was it?
Yeah, I think it was. No, he's got it. I've probably done that. He's in some mirror or something. You know.
Right, we'll try that again. Just stop.
Stop.
For clubs.
Okay. I will remember that.
Huh?
All right, we'll try that one more time. 4 of diamonds. Okay, stop. There. All right. Four diamonds.
That was a pretty nice catch, to be honest.
All right.
What?
So, today I met my biggest fan.
I was a pretty big fan.
Then I met a young lady, and she said that she was a fan too.
That had to be perfectly aligned for that.
Right.
Too cold. I'll wear my cardigan.
I was gonna bring up my other deck of cards today, but they got lost in the shuffle.
Sure.
Tell us when to stop, guys.
Yes. There's let's see. I can keep going. Okay. Show you a trick that I never perform. Hopefully, I will post this on my official YouTube channel as well.
Oh.
So this is a trick that I never perform. It involves the 4 aces. I don't know if you can see those on the camera, but there
Yeah.
are the 4 aces. And the reason, and there's a reason why I don't perform this ever, because aces, for some reason, don't like working with the rest of these cards. It's the deck, because if you have an ace on the bottom, that ace to be on. Have an ace on top, that ace wants to be on the bottom. An ace in the middle, that ace also wants to be on top. We have an ace in the middle, that ace actually wants to be face down
Oh, it disappeared. Oh no.
somewhere in
Huh?
the deck.
Oh my god.
That's why I don't perform this trick.
I've just been completely just fiddled. My brain's just been destroyed with that. I just like optical illusions everywhere.
I've been
Oh, we'll
completely
continue if you want.
bamboozled. We'll do one more trick and then we'll conclude it.
Oh
Okay.
no, my brain doesn't want to get damaged anymore.
We'll try this one. Hopefully this doesn't damage your brain. Okay, so, Harry, which ace is your favorite? We have the ace of spades, ace of clubs, ace of hearts, or ace of diamonds. Very popular card. All right, so we'll leave that ace out. Place the other the aces on top of the deck. Now, I want you to look at this card on the front. You can see that's a normal card. And you can look on the back, and you can see that's a normal card as well. I don't like to be accused of cheating, but we'll place the other 3 remaining aces back on the table. I'll place 3 random cards on top of this ace, 3 random cards on top of this ace, 3 random cards on top of this ace, and 3 random cards on top of. Actually, no, we'll turn this ace face down just like the others. Okay, so now we'll place the 3 random cards on top of that ace. So, short recap. I asked you to name your favorite ace, and you did. And then we placed we placed all 4 aces here. Then we placed 3 random cards on top of each ace. So all 4 aces are here, and each have 3 random cards on top of them. That's a good enough recap because now I'm out of breath. So, first ace. Little wave. See that this ace is gone. And back, it's gone. Second ace, we put it in the middle. Shake. You can see This piece is gone. Front and back, it's gone.
Oh my god.
One last phase. That this piece gone. Front and back, it's gone. And here is your selected ace. Here
Oh, no.
are the other 3 pieces.
What? I don't
That all the time.
understand.
I always ask him, "Oh, I did it well. Thanks for asking."
You did very well. Thanks for asking.
You did do it very well. Thank you for that magic trick. I'm slightly bamboozled, but you know, it's fine. So now we will move over to the conclusion. Yeah, we'll conclude it. So thank you everyone for watching this episode of the Nighttime Podcast. If you liked, make sure to go check out Miles of Magic and Patty G in the description below. And make sure to tune in to more content. And thank you two for being in this today's podcast. Thank you for answering the questions, and thank you Miles of Magic for your magic tricks. Thank you to
Absolutely.
Huxel for being the co-host as well. And,
No problem.
I will see everyone in the next podcast. Make sure to click the bell notification, and I will see you lot in the next one. Goodbye.